Hey guys, this is Salamander Anagram with MachineSkills.com, and in this video I'll show you how to use the program change message in Maschine. If you like this tutorial, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We come out with several new Maschine videos every week. Okay, so the program change is a MIDI message that tells the receiving plugin to change its preset. And most of the Native Instruments products don't work by default with program change messages. So we're going to start with one that does, which is Reactor. And when we're done with that, I'll show you how we can use the same technique in Massive, and FM8 and Absinthe both work the same as Massive does. Alright, so I'm just going to type Prism into the search function here and choose a Prism preset to load up Reactor for us. And so let's take a look at it. If you don't get the full view of the Reactor interface, you can press the little pencil in the upper left-hand corner of the Prism view and it'll expand into the entire Reactor view for you. And here's a view of our snapshot bank. And what this is going to be is when we receive a program change message, it's going to choose a preset from this bank depending on the value of the message and load that preset. And before we do that, I'm just going to program in a really simple sequence to our Prism ensemble that we can use to demonstrate when we're playing back and changing programs at the same time. Alright, so this will just take a moment to punch in something here real quick. And one of the cool things about program change with Reactor is that a lot of ensembles aren't really designed with it in mind, so you can get some pretty interesting results. So for instance, in Prism you have a delay and a reverb, and when you change the parameters to those, you're basically changing the size of a space that something's echoing in, and that can cause some pretty unintended, interesting pitch shifts and other types of glitchy sounds. Okay, so down here below the velocity track, we can add a new MIDI track simply by pressing the plus button here. And then right click on the menu that pops up and choose Program Change. And I've expanded the area I can draw in here just by grabbing the little bar above the velocity and dragging it upwards. And getting exact values for program changes is pretty important, so that's pretty useful to have some more space to draw in. Alright, so I'm just going to draw in a random sequence here to start out, and whatever value I've drawn into our sequence area is going to be called back from the Prism ensemble. And like I said, this can cause some unintended effects, so I would turn down your volume before starting. Alright, so Prism is a particularly great ensemble for getting these kind of weird glitchy sounds out of. Next, let's check out how to do the same thing in Massive. And like I said before, the same principles will apply to FM8 and absinthe. So if we just press play, you notice that there's just one sound playing and it's not recalling any new presets. So to fix that, let's open up the full massive view by pressing on the pencil up here and go to the browser section. And you notice here that we have just a massive list of presets, and MIDI can only handle banks that have 128 presets at a time, and there's just way more than that in this menu here. So we need to make our own snapshot bank or preset bank. So to do that, press the little programs button here, and it'll switch over to a different view, and we can drag and drop different presets into this list. I'm not going to make you watch me drag and drop 128 different files. I've already made a bank in advance, and it's just 128 bass sounds loaded into one bank. And the last thing you need to do is turn this snapshot bank on by pressing the little power button next to the programs button. Alright, so that's how you use the program change message to create glitch or electro house, and I'm sure it's applicable to many other musical styles as well. Alright, this is Salamander Anagram with MachineSkills.com. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please check out our website and tune in again next week.